Hey, sixth grade. So what you were working on Monday and Tuesday was practicing your form drawings. So we should have practiced some more while we were at home. Drawing cubes. So we have our square, diagonal, 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 horizontal, vertical. Okay. We also practice our four-sided pyramids, making sure we have this diagonal. We practice our three-sided pyramids, making sure this was diagonal and not horizontal. We practice triangular prisms. And we were able to also change our triangles. So if I wanted to make wedges or ramps, I could. We practice cones, curving this line here. We practice cones going the other way. We practice rectangular prisms. So those boxes. We practice drawing it on its side. And we did cylinders. Since this is curved here, this is curved here, we were able to lay it on its side. We could draw it smaller, like a little can of cat food or dog food. And we were also able to bend it like a macaroni noodle or a straw. Okay, so we practiced that the last time that we were talking in the video about forms. Today, we're going to take these forms and we want to create a robot. All right. So our robot is only going to use these forms. So these are our forms. So this is a cartoon drawing that makes it look more 3D. Our goal is to create little robots. So I want to show you guys how we can stack things together. This is a student example of a robot drawing. So we have a soccer player right here. Look, they used a rectangular prism. They have a macaroni noodle for an ear. They have cubes for eyeballs. Okay, do you guys see that? Just a circle, because we know in this cartooning style that a circle is a ball. And their little fingers are rectangular prisms. So this one's cute. We've got a cat right here. This one, look at how they did the cylinders and connected them to make a tail. They used three-sided pyramids to make claws. They did a four-sided pyramid to make the ears, rectangular prism for the mouth. So we can see that they were using those different forms. Here's a cute little bunny rabbit. It looks like he might hop like this because it's not a ball, it's not a cylinder or a sphere. So it looks like he hops since he's a bunny. If we look at his ears, we see that we have rectangular prisms. The sun is a cube with cylinders coming off of it. Look at his hands. He used a macaroni noodle for a thumb, cylinders for the fingers, rectangular prism. This one's cute. It's a little pirate. So he has a macaroni noodle up here and a cone for his hat. He used cylinders for his little peg leg. Made the pirate's chest. This one's not finished. It was done by a student, and then he changed his mind and decided to draw a different character. This might look familiar to you guys on what game this is from, but look at the detail he included with the forms. I mean, even here in the teeth, he's got all these little rectangular prisms. Look at the cylinder right here and how he connected the arms here. He put a lot of detail into it, but we can see that he is using forms. The entire robot is going to be made using forms. So I want to show you guys how to connect these so that we can build a robot. Okay? So I'm using ink so that you guys can see it on camera. I'm going to start out here, and guys, you can pause and rewind, but let's practice stacking forms. I'm not going to be able to erase, So I do have my pencil here so I can show you guys how it would look if we were erasing. So I have a cube right here and I want to give it a neck. I'm going to use a cylinder. So I have two vertical lines here. I'm going to put a curved line here. If this was glass and we could see through it, this would be here. And we would not see that, okay? So I'm going to draw right here next to it in pencil. And I have this right here, okay? Now, I want to give it ears. I kind of liked that little macaroni ear that I saw earlier. So it's got to attach here because this is the side of the head. You don't want to draw the ear out here, okay? You want to include it here. So here is the curve. Okay, so look at that. That macaroni noodle looks different than the one we practiced. We practiced this kind. This one's attached and I can't see inside of it. So this one looks like this, okay? This is all about practice today. We're not ready to draw the real drawing yet. This is just practice. So like I said, you might want to pause, rewind as you need to, because we want to learn how to connect the forms. Let's make the body, I don't know, we can go rectangular, we can go cylinder. Let's start with the cylinder, okay? If I'm going to have this neck attached to a cylinder here, I don't want to do this. Okay, do you guys see that? I've got it in pencil. If it's like this and I'm looking here, it doesn't look attached anymore, does it? It looks like the head is kind of floating here and here's the body. We need this to come here. So that means that curved line is going to have to come behind it. So this is coming here, here. And then I would have this here. So let me come over to the one in pencil. This is what we would have, okay? Because we can't see through this. This is solid. So we have this cylinder here, and now the neck looks like it's attached and it's not a floating head, okay? So we figured that part out. But what if I have that ear over here? I'm going to see this. And then, guys, the thing is that the rest of it's here, and we can't see it because our head's not made of glass. So if I was to draw that over here, here's this ear, and the other one is just here. We can't see this because this is our person's face, okay? So that's just playing around a little bit. Let's do some more, okay? Because the more we practice it, it's going to be easier when we draw a robot. I want to draw the body with maybe a cone head, okay? So let's have the head like this. Here's my neck. I always like using cylinders for necks, but you can use a rectangular prism, whatever you need to. Depends on what you're creating. I want to make my body a cylinder. And I think its legs are going to be a rectangular prism. And it's going to have feet that are blocky. So this one's coming here. Okay, so here's his blocky feet. Got to attach some arms to my little guy. This is a round object versus if I had a robot with a rectangular body. We'll make the head cone head again. Okay, so maybe this is cylinder legs. Oh, I had somebody make a robot once that looked like a duck and they had little webbed feet. It was cute. So if I'm looking here, I want to attach the arms. Since this is round and this is the side I can see, using a macaroni noodle, I could bring the arm out like this. Of course, you got to erase that. And I could create this. Over here, this is our side. Okay, so our arm's coming this way. And again, you'd erase that line there. This side, we don't see. So it's kind of like when we were doing that ear. We're not going to see what's over here, okay, because it's not made of glass. So if I had an arm attached here, imagine if we could see inside here, that arm would be attached here, but we don't see that. So our arm is just coming straight out. Let me find an example to show you. So on my little pirate guy right here, he's got that curve there. Here's that arm, but then this arm is just attached here to the rectangular prism. Our bunny's the same way. We can see where the arm's attached here, but over here we're just seeing where it's attached to the side. So those are some of the things we're going to practice, okay? Today you're just practicing. Hands. If I had an arm that came off the body and I wanted it to look like a claw, I could come in with little pyramids. And create a claw like that. Maybe if I look here, I have a cone, a cylinder. Okay, so I could create a claw like that. I could create a hand. I have a rectangular prism. We use a cylinder here for a thumb. I think this hand's only going to have 4 fingers. I think that's all I'm going to be able to fit. So I have the cylinders here. So you can see I could create a hand like this. It all depends on what kind of robot you're going to draw. But today you're going to just practice stacking forms on top of each other. So if I have a cube and I want to attach an arm that comes out like this, and it's a cylinder and the arm's going to bend like this, and I have a cylinder like that, okay? You kind of decide that. But let's look again because we are practicing. We're not ready to draw the real thing yet, so I don't want you to freak out. We're taking these forms and we are going to draw robots. So what we're going to do today is, and like I said, pause, rewind. Try drawing some of these things here where they're attached. You can go ahead and draw like a tiny little robot just so I can see, and then I'll be able to give you some hints and clues and show you guys how things need to be attached. Like I said, I had this one kid, he did this amazing little duck, but there was one problem. He drew the leg and he had the adorable little web feet, okay? The web feet were great, but the leg was like this and the body ended here. So it actually looked like the duck's legs were cut off because he didn't attach the legs to this. So in order to make that look correct, what he needed to do was to bring the line straight down, because remember, we can't see inside. That's why we are just practicing right now. We're not ready to start the real one yet. What I showed you was a lot, okay? So just kind of pick one, practice a little bit, take a picture and send it to me. And then the next video, I'm going to slow down a little more and explain to you guys the rubric directions on how to start your drawing and the coloring process and everything. So just practice. It does take practice, okay? Go slow, use a pencil, erase if you need to erase, and send that picture to me. I can't wait to see them. Bye.